Weird things have happened to me when I was living at home, and was in bed one night.
Where do you live now?
No, but I was at my first home.
Your parents?
Yeah, my mum and dad's. So I'm in bed, and I'm lying there, and you know, you get that sense of like, oh, there's something going on.
Right.
And I sort of look over my quilt, and there's nothing there. Thinking it's weird, that. So turn me back on it. I'm thinking, I don't want to know. If there is something there, I don't want to know. Right? So I'm turning me back on it, but then there's like a really high-pitched noise, right? Sort of the hairs on my back are like going up a bit. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. And it's the high-pitched noise.
You had a hairy back even as a kid?
No, but you know, everyone's got little hairs on them, haven't they? Everyone's got little tiny hairs on them and stuff. And I thought, I can't stand this. And I turned around, put the light on, legged it downstairs. Right? And my mum's saying, what are you doing? I'm going, oh, I don't know, there's something up there. So she said, alright, then watch the telly. So I stayed up for a bit, watching the telly, went back to bed, the high-pitched noise had gone, went to sleep, get up the next day, Charlie from next door comes round, he goes, Hilda's dead, right? And my dad said, oh, when did that happen? I said, last night at 11:15.
Right.
That's when I was in bed.
So, what are you telling me for?
Because it's weird, isn't it? It's that thing of...
what do you think would be weirder, that no one ever died at 11:15 when you were in bed?
No, but that's when all the weirdness was going on. That's when the tone was happening, my back was getting itchy and stuff. And
Coincidence.
And I went down and watched telly, went back up, gone and that, but that's when her spirit had sort of...
No.
Ah, okay, right, interesting. No, this is where we get into the facts.
So Hilda's spirit had left
whizzing round my bedroom, because my bedroom was right next door to theirs.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, that's one.
Why do they whiz round when they die? Why do spirits whiz round when they die?
Because they're going, where am I going?
Are they?
And they're whizzing round, aren't they? Am I going down? Am I going up?
No, that's Karl. No, but I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, but it's not going to be easy, is it? How do you think it works?
It doesn't work.
But once again, it's not proof of anything, Karl. Beyond the fact that you were a child in bed.
Why did your dad ask what time she died?
No, he just sort of, you know, what do you say to someone when it's awkward, isn't it? When someone gives you bad news, so you just think, well, what can I ask?
When?
What time exactly?
Did that happen?
Sorry?
No, you just go,
exactly what time did she die?
My wife passed away.
Yeah,
what time exactly?
No, not exactly. He just said, oh, that's bad. When did that happen? Like,
and he said, well, thanks for asking.
Quarter to 11.
I remember.
What did he say last night? Oh, that's weird, isn't it? Convenient, aren't they, all these stories?
Or is it? Or, yeah, I mean, it's either that's exactly what happened, Rick, or he's misremembering the
I don't know which one to plump for.
But I'll tell you this, though.
Go on.
You know, if we're talking about ghosts and that.
Yeah.
Now, Hilda.
Yeah.
Choose your bog standard old woman.
Right. I hope that's on the gravestone.
I know, yeah.
No,
did you do the eulogy?
No, you know.
That's great.
What
can we say about Hilda? Bog standard old woman. Right, there's sandwiches at the bar.
That's the most insulting thing you could ever say.
There's nothing.
Let's just think about
Hilda lived her life. Thank you for coming to celebrate the life of Hilda,
who died at 11:15 specifically,
and was a bog standard old woman. Are we burning or burying?
But anyway, she lived to be quite old.
Which annoyed you.
In a bog standard way.
But this is what I was saying about us all living too long and stuff. It just makes it worse when it does come to us being a ghost.
I don't know what you're talking about again.
That sentence made no sense.
Just, if you are going to be haunted, right, say, I know you're going to say, well, I don't believe in them, so I'm not worried, so don't be going on about it. But say, like, you know, your new place that you've bought, you move in, and you go to bed, and there's something moving about the room. You see it, it's a ghost.
Oh no.
Okay, let's for the sake
more
of
likely a Siamese cat called Ollie.
No, because that's probably got its own room on it. But what I'm saying is, would you prefer to have an old person moving about looking at you, or just a young person? I'd prefer a youngish person who looks normal and is sort of floating about, and you go, all right.
That looks normal, floating about.
No, but an old woman would really scare me. ghosts, and ghosts are always going to have a bad reputation because they look scary because they're old. So that's...
You talk absolute shit.
That's all I'm saying. So we're
Can you
now
believe
going...
we ever charged for this?
No, but look, if we are going into another life, right, after this...
Which we're not,
we move on to another life.
Yeah.
We're not going to move on. That land, say if it is like another world, where we go and we plough fields and we grow
Croppage.
We grow crops, if you want.
Yeah, well, I would like to use the English language.
Yeah, but there's too much fruit about, so just a crop, just something we need to get by.
He's got an answer for everything.
That's
So we
what
grow
I'm
some
saying.
crop.
Yeah. So you grow your crop, and now, if we're all going into that other land or world or universe, old, who's going to do the cropping?
Oh God! Oh, I've never heard so much crop in my life.
It's a load of old crop.
Would you say you've learnt stuff from me in the past few weeks?
Definitely. Definitely. Rather like a scientist learns from injecting mice.
Yeah.
No, but I've learnt from you about ants and stuff. I think every week, as weeks go on, I feel like...
We're learning from each other.
I'm learning more now than I did when I was at school.
And can I just clarify?
Yeah.
You weren't raised as an experiment and you've escaped from a laboratory. You had regular upbringing in Manchester and that.
Yeah, I didn't go to school much because my mum and dad had a caravan.
Right.
And
No need, is there? No need when you've got that sort of fun at home.
I used to just go away for weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, honestly.
Where'd you used to go?
Port Maddock.
But
And, so you didn't go to school much?
No, I did, but not as much as everyone else.
No.
How many holidays were your parents having?
Oh,
What was their income that they could...
No, my dad used to work nights, and he used to travel back, because to Manchester from Wales, it wasn't that far. And
Manchester to Wales?
He used to do 4 on and 4 off, so me and my mum were like loving it.
But what Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port Maddock.
Just down the road from Port Merion, where they filmed The Prisoner.
Right.
Oh, so that's cleared up for me.
Yeah,
location-wise.
So what did you do then? You were in this little 2-berth caravan on the back of a Cortina estate.
Right.
Well, what was it? What was the car? What was
Granada, full Granada.
Full Granada. What are we talking? 1980?
Yeah, 82, 83,
80, right?
84, 85.
Okay. And you in the car down there, park up.
Yeah.
What was it? What was Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port Maddock.
I remember Ruth.
It's just,
Oh, yeah.
it's just a holiday camp.
Yeah.
And had an arcade and a beach. I was loving it.
Yeah.
But, so of the 52 weeks of the year, let's assume, I don't know how many weeks you take off normally for holidays anyway. Let's just say, I don't know, you go to school 45 weeks of the year maybe? Generally, most kids?
Nah.
Bit less.
Bit less than
About
that?
42.
How many weeks would you say you actually spent in school?
Well, how many weeks do you have off the summer?
Well, we'll work that out, that's what
About
I mean.
6 off for summer, about 3 for Easter, about 3 for Christmas.
Put it this way, I'm surprised I'm not Welsh, to be honest.
Right.
So there was there more than was in Manchester.
Did the school authority not come and check you out?
No, they didn't.
Didn't get Manchester, I suppose they didn't care, do they?
Not really.
Yeah.
They're lucky you turned up at all. What did you just turn up for the last day when you could take in your best toy? Did you know that when you could take in any game?
Just play with everyone else's. Why, I break my stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good
Well, this
point.
answers a lot. This does answer a lot. The fact that you spent most of your time on the beach as a kid.
Teachers were no good at my school. We were talking about it yesterday about...
So you were teaching them a lesson by going off for the summer. Yeah. And did you go to university?
No.
No. Did you go to sixth form or college?
No.
When did you leave school?
When I was about 15.
Right. What, you just went on holiday and didn't come back?
I just got a job early, didn't I? Cause
Where was it? Port Maddock?
Get in there. No, I was a printer. BM Print in Trafford Park.
Well, that's great. That's a little interview there. So, would you like to start on your, to Steve, because I've heard all these.
Well, we won't do them all.
Well, we'll start off with the Mr. Freeze. Tell Steve the story of Mr. Freeze. This is the first time he nearly died.
This is the most serious of the lot, really. So, what it was, do you know, like, I don't know if your mum and dad did the same thing, but, like, they do the weekly shopping on like, a Friday.
Yeah.
So when you got to Thursday, there wouldn't be much stuff left in the cupboard. It'd just be like, your Jacob's crackers and stuff like that. So when they'd been to the supermarket and they came back, I was like, what's that saying? Like a pig in... I loved it. It was like loads of food coming in, loads of biscuits.
What is that saying?
He nearly said pig in shit.
Right.
Is that the saying?
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, all this food comes in.
Thank God he didn't.
Otherwise he'd have been in trouble.
That's true enough.
Because he's culpable for our actions, because he's the producer. So technically, that twat's in charge. Go on.
Right, so anyway, so there's loads of food, and I'm like, oh yeah, look at this, and chocolate biscuits, and, you know, penguins and stuff.
Bacon.
And bacon.
Just in case, you never know.
So anyway, my mum and dad's putting the food away. Me and our kid are like, he's already grabbed something, gone back upstairs.
It's like feral children. it's like a quest for fire. And then they run upstairs. What did you sit under the bed, gnawing at some sort of pig's trotter?
So I saw, do you remember Mr. Freeze Pops?
I do, yeah. So well, they're kind of like popsicles, icicles.
Yeah, but really long, like a foot long, right? Yeah. So I thought, I'll have one of them, so I grabbed it.
Went for the nutritious stuff first.
Absolutely.
And like my mum and dad are putting the stuff away and what have you. And I rip it open and knock it back, right? Straight away, just right back like
Swallow
that.
It straight away, yeah.
But it went down the wrong way, right?
So what's on your shirt?
So I was like, oh God, I can't breathe. And my mum and dad didn't even know what I'd ate. Do you know what I mean? I ate it so quick.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of tapping my mum on the back, going, and she's going, oh God, you know, he's choking again, because I was always choking. If it was one thing, I don't know if I've got like a small throat, but I mean, even Ricky knows I can't drink that much, can I?
Yeah.
Do you know,
or eat pebbles.
I'm not a quick drinker. I'd always, I think I'm scared of like swallowing stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like bottle tops and mint imperials and stuff. I was always choking on stuff. So anyway, she's going, oh God, what's he picked up on it now?
Drop it!
So,
hit his nose with a stick.
So I was going, I'm choking. At this point, my dad had like, I think he'd put his share away, you know, his food away, and he'd gone
His share! I love
it! Yeah. He'd gone to watch, like, Winner Takes All or whatever, in a lounge, and I was in the kitchen, and I was starting to, like, I didn't care anymore, do you know what I mean? I just got to that point where I wasn't struggling anymore.
You just thought, I'm done for.
I just was, like, falling to the ground. And my mum's going, you know, get in here, I think it's serious. My dad comes in and sort of starts shouting at me, saying that's what you get for being greedy. He didn't even know what I'd eaten.
Well, it was the moment to teach you a lesson, certainly.
So he's there like that, and my mum's going, oh, look at him, and my lips were going purple, and my eyes were rolling into the back of my head.
You look like Marilyn Manson.
And, so anyway, she grabbed me from behind and did that fireman thing.
The Heimlich manoeuvre.
Yeah. And, you know, winded me. And it came up, and I was alright.
What, the whole popsicle came flying back out?
You see, that's what I don't understand. Because there was nothing there.
No, just a little bit. No, it swells up, doesn't it? Because it irritated it. So it went down your, just sort of like your epiglottis. It went down the wrong way, like it went into your air canal instead of your throat, and it sort of spasms, and that's the fear. You just got to calm it down and relax.
So in time, I would have been alright.
Yeah,
anyway.
you don't.
Well, no, you might have.
So that's so that's
hang on.
one.
But
No. But the weird thing is, like for like 3 days after that, I felt like a sort of special person. I went to school.
I'm saying nothing.
I did full days.
A special needs person.
Yeah.
I went to school the next 3 days after that. I didn't like wag it or anything. I did full days.
I love that. 3 days, turn over a leaf.
Yeah, exactly. After 3 days, you thought, screw it.
Yeah, did a quick history exam. Right, next one.
Weird.
That's popsicle. That's popsicle hell, we'll call that. Right, next one.
Which one's the next one?
Oh, what about your paper round?
Right, the paper round one. Paper round, I'd still say it's the best job I've ever had.
And he means it!
No, I really enjoyed it. It's like, you know, you don't have to work with anyone else, right? So you make your own rules.
Just think of that.
You know, you sort of
You're spreading information.
Well, yeah,
to people.
yeah,
Vital information.
giving a service, and no one else is around. You know, you can just do what you want and think about stuff whilst you're cycling around on your bike. It's really good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
imagine the stuff he's thinking about when he's riding around his bike.
So getting in the head of a salamander.
So anyway, I loved it, and even though I only got like 50p a day, right, no matter what the weather was like and stuff, I used to get up at 4:30 and go and do the round. And
why'd you get up at 4:30?
Because I wanted to watch the Pink Panther at 5:30, so I wanted to get me paper round done.
I said, why didn't you watch Pink Panther
And then
he went, oh, I can't sit there thinking I've got my paper round to do.
He'll ruin it for him.
Yeah. So is it a good job or not?
So 4:30 I was up and about, and this morning it was like winter, really bad winter, bad snow, you know, freezing cold, really windy and all that. And my mum said to me before I went to bed, she said, don't be getting up tomorrow, I'll give you the 50p. I said, it's not about the 50p. So, you know, people want the papers and stuff. So,
conscientious.
So anyway, I went to bed thinking, you know, that's it, I've told her I'm still going, so, you know, whatever. Go to sleep, get up in the morning, and put all my kit on. And I used to have layers of clothing on because it was really cold. I had like a big anorak on with the fur on. I had like waterproof pants, and I got my paper round bag. And I went downstairs to get out and tried to open the door, and it was locked. I thought, oh, God. So she'd locked it so I couldn't go out. So I'm searching around the house looking for the keys. She must have hid them somewhere. I thought, oh, God, you know, I've got the papers to do. So I thought, how can I get out? So I went upstairs, climbed out of the bathroom window.
God.
Right, and to try and jump out of the bathroom window onto the porch. But the problem was, I had so much gear on, I was like the Michelin Man. So I could hardly move as it is.
Yeah.
And I try to get out the window, and I'm like, try to stretch down like that, get my foot on the porch, and my bag got caught on like the hook of, do you know, like how you have a hook so you can put the window open?
Right, yeah,
the little arm goes on. My bag had got caught on that. I was holding on to the wall and my foot on the thing, so I couldn't sort of pull it away in case I pulled it away and then fell on my head.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck there.
Dangling.
My dad comes back from working nights.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm a burglar.
Gets out his gun.
So he's shouting and stuff, going mad and going, Dad, it's me. And he had to give us a hand using a...
He's heard that wily trick in Manchester before.
He had to help me using a washing prop thing. A big stick.
What did he do?
Well, he said, just hold on for your dear life, and I'll sort of push the paper bag off the hook.
Why didn't he go upstairs and sort it out?
It was at that point where I was in the middle, there was nothing you could do, do you know what I mean? It's at that point where you've just got to make a decision.
Yeah.
And by the time you got upstairs, who knows what might have happened.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to act there and then, don't messing around.
Yeah.
So...
And you could hear downstairs, now here he is, the Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Dad! Hurry up! Panther, ever so pink. Oh.
So that was close to death, because I must have been about 30 foot in the air.
So to cut a long story short, he gave me about 4 or 5 near-death experiences, and he went, and the whole point of this, he went, so that's why I think I'm going to die of something horrible, like cancer. And I went, why? He went, right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
He said, well, I don't check my balls. Wait. He said, I don't like the feel.
Carl, always check your balls.
Do you
I
check
don't like the
yours?
feel. Why don't you like the feel of your own balls?
I mean, you know that I don't like bodies anyway.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It worries me a bit that you've got all that going on in your body, right, and your skin's keeping it all in place.
Stop. We're going down a whole other avenue of discussion. Let's play a track, let's come back to it. We've had an email from Andrew Forrest, who has just simply entitled it, Karl Pilkington. Oh, Karl Pilkington.
What do you think of that?
That's got to be your new name from now on.
I had a mate who used to use it.
What,
He used to call you that?
Yeah.
Was that your nickname at school, Pilkington?
No, it's not my nickname.
It is now.
No, it's not.
It is now.
Pilkington. Oi,
Pilkington. Oi, Pilkington.
Pilkington, do my homework.
Where do you live? Where do you come from? Pilkington?
No, there's this lad who called Mark, right, who I used to go to school with, who used to call me that. And his mum, right, was like obsessed with cleaning. And I was never allowed in their flat.
He makes the place look untidy.
So she used to, I don't know if it was just me or all his mates, but I used to turn up and she goes, yeah, he is in, but you know what you've got to do? And I used to have to go round the side of his flat, and he had a computer, right, which I used to play. I didn't have one at that point, but he had one. And I used to have to go round the side of the flat and stand at his bedroom window with his window open, and I'd be sort of leaning in playing the game.
You are joking.
I'm not, his mum...
You had the weirdest upbringing I've ever heard. The things you were willing to do is the strangest. What is this town like?
No, I stopped going.
Was there always music? Like, there's the horse in the house there. Oh, look at these 2 kids with big heads and webbed feet. All right, Ronnie. All right, Reggie. What was it like?
She was obsessed.
It is like you've grown up in a cartoon made for children.
Yeah.
No, his mum was really really obsessed with cleaning. When
Can I play it through his window?
I used to...
Mrs. Ramsbottom, can I play it through Mark's window? Aye, you know what you have to do.
She used to be up to that.
Is that Pilkington again? Have you washed your hands?
Well, up till 3 in the morning, washing.
She used to be up doing the tiles in the kitchen.
Washing until 3 in the morning?
At 3 in the morning. And for ages and ages, that's saying that out on the tiles, I used to think that came from, like, his mum. Because she was out, like, cleaning them late. So, till I was about 13, I thought that saying, out late, on the tiles.
Yeah.
Was...
And now you're not confused by anything.
Well...
There's no misunderstandings in your life now, is there?
So what he was allowed to walk in and out of the house, was he?
Oh, he was alright, and he used to come round to ours a lot, and my mum used to get these pies from Hagenbach's, right? So...
I don't know what that is.
It's at that bakery where they used to chuck the cakes out the back, I'll tell you about.
Yeah.
Oh, and you ate six?
He loved it, but I could never go round to theirs, or if I did, it was like, well, yeah, he is in, and I'd go, alright, and then I'd walk round the side of the flat. Stand outside.
Why did you ever knock at the door? Why don't you just go around and knock on the window?
Just check he's in, because he wasn't always in his room. If he was in the lounge, he'd have to go to his bedroom, and then...
To meet you. This is the strangest... And you'd play a computer game through the window.
You say it was a flat, it wasn't like a 5th story one, and you had to get in one of those kind of cleaning contraptions and, like, winch your way up.
I love the idea of that. So. Oh, Pilkington.
I, at the quiz, also discovered, of course, and, I don't know, I'm just intrigued to know, Karl, I'm just intrigued to know, it was your girlfriend's birthday, wasn't it? Earlier in the week?
Yeah,
or last week?
On Monday, yeah.
And, I mean, obviously it was a triumph with the stuff you got her for Christmas.
The condoms.
The box of condoms?
Box set of condoms.
Oh, yeah.
Not just the singles, the whole set.
Yeah, a complete collection.
Brilliant.
So what'd you get for this
What'd you get her?
Yeah, but...
No, it's her birthday. How long have you been together?
About 9 years.
Okay, so, ooh, God, it must cost you so much.
No, but it starts getting tricky, doesn't it? Because I spoiled her a lot in the first few years.
Yeah.
So then
here's a packet of rubber bands, enjoy them.
Oh.
Well, it's what she wanted. Okay. I mean, you're making out as if...
No, everyone wants paper clips. Come on, what did you get her?
Got her a new pair of gloves.
Right.
Alright, well...
And?
What, nice leather ones from Selfridges or Harrods or something?
They were good ones, the sort she likes, so... They weren't...
Well, they weren't the little woolen ones that she had.
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke when she said he got me these, because I laughed.
No, but I know that's... The one she did have...
When they said it's his birthday, right, it was her birthday Monday, and me and Steve wanted to get her, and she went, he got me these, because she had those little woolen gloves on, I laughed. Because I thought she was joking, Karl.
That's what she wanted.
Right.
I've told you before about buying presents.
Did those gloves have your name sewn in them? And a piece of string that ran over the back of your duffel coat?
You know, I've never been into getting presents and that. I had the problem at that Christmas one, that time with the Victoria Plum.
Yeah, we'd hate that. We'd hate to bring that back.
We've done that.
Because you talked about the book, because it's kind of to do with your dad, isn't it? He's a very bad gift buyer, was that the problem?
Well, yeah, my dad just wouldn't bother. It was my mum who sort of made an effort, and she sort of worked out half of what I wanted, then she left it to my dad to get it off someone, see if he could get one cheap or whatever.
I love the fact that usually people talk about, like, drinking heavily, or, violent abuse, right? Yeah. But here's what he's been left with and scarred with from parents is bad gift buying.
Yeah, and that's the Victoria Plum incident.
In the greater scheme of things in the world, that's not a bad thing to have, is it?
There was this is what it's like about getting presents and stuff, right? With my mum and dad.
Go on.
My mate, Colin, right? No, Colin Bailey.
Oh,
right? Yeah. He had a little Sinclair Spectrum, right? Yeah. Computer, which was like the thing to have at that time, right? Yeah. You used to always go round to his house. The deal was...
Not the one you had to play through the window because you weren't allowed to.
No, that's another lad.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is a different lad. And the deal was, he came to our house, and my mum gave him a pie. And then I'd go round to his, and I'd stay there for a few hours playing, you know, Hungry Horace and stuff like that on it.
Sure.
Right? Now, my mum and dad knew that I really wanted one of these computers, right? So I waited about a year. Came round to Christmas Day, I thought, I reckon, might have one. Turned out, they bought me the wrong one. They bought me a ZX81 instead of a Spectrum, right? And, Christmas Day, I'm there trying to load the games up, it's not working, I'm thinking, what's wrong? Right? And the thing with me, when I was a kid, I used to get quite sort of agitated.
This is the moment.
Right? I found out that it needed a RAM pack to make it work. Right? Looking in the thing, and it's saying, and make sure you put your RAM pack in the back. And I was like, oh, where's the RAM pack? And my dad's going, I don't know, I've got you the main bit. That's it. So, I was that wound up, I just was sick. Right? Just sick. I didn't feel sick or anything, I just was like, oh god. Went to the sink, just sick. Because I was that on edge about it. I said, come on, we've got to get one. And my dad's like, Tandy's shut, we're not gonna get anything today. Ruined again, Christmas Day. That was after the year when my train set got blown up by our kid. The following year, no RAM pack. And now you ask me why don't I get good presents?
He's scarred. He just
I'm gonna die. Honestly, I'm gonna die. He's just been sick.
Yeah. There's no RAM pack. What?
Did you get to the bottom of it? Why wasn't there a RAM pack?
You have to buy them separate.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean I can't play Frogger?
Oh no.
So, wasn't there another incident when you threw up? Spontaneously threw up?
Oh.
Through sheer anxiety?
I do get it. It's not so much now, because I've relaxed a bit, but as a kid I used to be quite on edge all the time with certain things.
Do you think that's what happened to your cat that kept being sick? That it didn't get the food it wanted, and it just threw up? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
God, so they shaved it.
Yeah, but again, you see, the cat thing, I mean, it's mad. I was thinking about it the other day, right? I used to think I had quite a normal upbringing.
You didn't.
Right? And someone was talking
Your
about
mother once told you not to go to school because it was windy, Karl. It was not a normal upbringing.
The cat was being sick, so she shaved it, so it was easier to clean.
Right, well, my mum and dad went on holiday, right? And I stayed at the Ross's down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Only a kid, must have been about 5 or something, right? And, I was always running around in the house. I had a lot of energy as a kid. What the Rosses did, they had this cat that was dead violent, the most violent sort of angry cat I have ever witnessed.
A tiger.
It was honestly, Steve, if it was bigger it would have been, because it was just always having a go at you.
Yeah.
If you went to pat it on the head, it went to bite you and stuff. And what they used to do with it, to stop me running around, I'd sort of be running around, and then I'd get a bit tired, and they'd say, have a lie down on the settee. So I'd lie down on the settee and I'd nod off. And what they used to do, I'd wake up and they'd have put the cat on my belly. Right? So I'd be scared to move because it's like it's going to get me.
But it would keep you there.
It kept me there, and it used to sort of slaver on me, and they'd sort of, go out or whatever, and I'd be lying there. That's not normal, is it?
Karl, sorry, were you created by the Brothers Grimm for one of their fairy tales? What kind of a life is that?
A cat paperweight to keep Karl in place. He keeps blowing around, it's windy. We'll have to weigh him down. Be careful. Your mum probably told him that it's a windy day, you got to get something heavy on him. Otherwise he just gets blown into the road.